have tape right now because I just moved into my new house and I still don't have my full setup here. And so I am taping my phone to my new iMac, and I'm gonna pray to God that this doesn't fall apart. I'm gonna pray to God that this actually helps this phone stay there because I'm live streaming on my group and here. What is up, everyone? So good to see you. We have a delicious topic for today. We are going to talk about how to write delicious magnetic copy that attracts well-qualified clients. Hello. If you're watching the replay, say hashtag replay. If you're here live, tell me, where are you tuning in from? I love seeing so many of you here. Oh my God. So good. Okay, so if my phone drops, I apologize, but it's just gonna be the way. We're gonna Jimmy rig it. Like literally, this has been my best friend for the last 4 weeks live streaming until I have my whole setup. We gotta be resourceful. Also, some deliveries might just show up at any minute, so we're gonna get into it and let's just dive in. All right, loves. So one of the things that people come to me for, if you don't know me, my name is Juliana Garcia, and what I do is I help coaches clarify their message so that they can attract premium clients. And one of the most important things we do in what I help my clients with in my process is helping you write delicious copy. Ooh, as a copywriter, you're excited for this. Amazing. So here is the thing with copy that I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna give you 5 things. I have so many things that I could teach you, so this live stream could go forever. But I am not gonna do that. I'm gonna give you something that you probably haven't heard before, because there's a lot of like random advice out there for copy, and that's fine, and he's great, and he's amazing. But I wanna give you things that maybe are just gonna take you a little deeper here, cool? Thousand Oaks, I love seeing you, Chelsea. And so, okay, let me just get back on track. So I want to get started by telling you a little bit of a story with the first thing to write delicious, compelling copy. I was actually talking to one of my clients yesterday, and she was telling me how she was getting a lot of objections on her calls, and so that she was like attracting people that were a couple of people that were all in with her price, her premium price, but some people were not like a full hell yes, and so they contracted when they knew the price. And so give me a 1 in the comments if this happens to you, that you reveal the price publicly or people know your price and then they don't book a call. Or there are some people that are just like, I want to know the price up front, and I love it that you share it, and it's amazing, etc., right? Okay, Jessica says 1, right? So people are not booking the calls because the price kind of scares them, right? So I was like, okay, let's talk about it. So her question was more about, what do I do about the price? Do I share it? Do I show it? Do I not show it? And that's like the superficial question. The real underlying question, when I started coaching her, I started asking her like, okay, what are the things that people are saying on the phone? So she helps people with her health, with their health. She's a health coach. And she was just candidly saying that the kind of like the objections people were giving her and her counter to them. So for example, people were like, why would I want to pay a health coach $5,000-$10,000 when I could just go and hire like a PT for $100, right? And then she's like, yeah, but every person that does that ends up with these problems and these problems and these problems. And I'm like, and I stopped her and I'm like, hold on. Are you saying that in your copy? Like, are you actually saying what you just said in your copy? And she's like, oh no, but I just don't want to piss people off. I don't want to say that because then people are going to be pissed off, or they're going to be, like PTs are going to be pissed off or put off or whatever, other doctors. And I'm like, well, who is paying you? Like, what? Who cares? Like, who cares? So lesson number 1 that I want to expand on here, that I wanted to start with that little story, is that sometimes, so we need to get clear, not sometimes, we always need to get clear about what would someone need in order to show up well qualified on the call with you. What would they need to know? Because what is the definition of being qualified? The definition of being qualified is simply somebody who is clear that they want to work with you. They are ready to go with the investment or get coached on it. And they are also ready to show up in a premium way. They're qualified, right? Would you guys agree? Give me a yes in the comments if you agree with that definition of pre-qualified or well-qualified. And actually, I'm curious to hear from you, like, think about your definition of what does it mean to, what does a well-qualified client mean to you? What would that look for you? And I want you to do some journaling on that, some clarification, some decisions, make some decisions about what I mean when I say I want a well-qualified client is this. Gabriel says yes. Okay, amazing. Yes. So you get to first get clear on what does it mean for a client to be well qualified for me, right? For some people, it might be different. For some other people, it will be different. But for you, I want you to get clear on that because that is what's going to set the tone for what you do in your content, okay? So first, get clear on what well qualified means. Okay, someone here is saying have pain, ability to invest, ability to make a decision. Interesting. Have pain. Never thought about that one. I would say have a need, have a desire, have a craving. Somebody who is ready for my work, that's direct, and I clearly state who I'm looking to work with. Okay, great. Someone who's ready to work with you. Someone who's ready to do the work. Perfect. There are a lot of different things that I want in my clients. So I want clients who can make a decision without me being there. That's why I don't do sales calls. And that to me seemed like the craziest thing. But I had to elevate my copy and my belief to such a level where people didn't need sales calls with me. And I've had $500,000 launches even without sales calls. All because I did what I'm teaching you guys right now. I got super clear on what is the quality of client that I want to attract. And I had to give myself permission to decide that that's the kind of client I want. Because I used to settle for, or I used to let my brain get in the way of like, but those clients don't exist. And maybe this is you right now. Maybe you're thinking, yes, I will love people who are ready to invest and, who are ready to get coached, but like, they're so rare. They're so rare. Or like, it's hard to find them, right? Give me a 2 in the comments if you feel that way. It's like, they're far and few in between. And so like, they're so rare. Jamie says, my hesitation is not having the product to back up the cost, but now it's being created. Okay, so that's important. You want to have an offer, and that's why you're going to be in the mastermind. Jamie, I'm so excited to have you to really craft your offer to make sure that you feel comfortable and confident in your ability to deliver, right? Lucia says 2, Fadu says 2. Okay, so you guys are with me here. So let me just go back to where we were. So level 1 is give yourself permission to serve a different type of client, a client that you think that is too much for you to ask, a client that is committed, that meets all the criteria. You want to get your energy behind. There are hundreds of clients like this one, and they are ready to work with me. I just need to make it so easy for them to find me. And the way I do that is by showing up every day, however often you want, and expressing my truth, sharing my message, and helping them see that they have a problem, that I have a solution, and that I am the best person to help them. It's that simple, right? That is at the simplest line what I want to invite you all energetically to come back to whenever you have those intrusive thoughts about like there aren't enough clients. Cool? Because writing copy is actually really easy. The problem is that when we sit down to write the copy, all these intrusive thoughts get in the way of like, who do you think you are? Don't say that because people are not gonna like resonate with that, or they don't talk to that caliber of client because they don't really exist. Maybe lower your standards a little bit, right? Are you guys getting this? This happens all the time. This is what we need to clean up those thoughts and that internal operating system first, because then writing copy, when you're clear on that, when you're grounded in that, is actually so easy and it flows out of you, and you get to be way more unapologetic and way more direct than if you were like in the doubt train, thinking there's not enough of them. I don't know if I can do it, right? And This is why I have a job because I coach my clients in my containers to support them to really just shed all these beliefs that they have and really install new belief systems that support them in attracting premium clients, right? So if you're curious about working together, make sure you send me a DM and we can talk about whenever you can join the next round of the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. And there I say, by the way, that I have something special coming for those of you who want more private support. So anyway, but stay tuned for that. Let's get back on the teachings. So far, give me a yes if you're with me. Give me a yes if you're with me before I move on to thing number 2 and we start wrapping the whole thing down because I have a lot of things. How are you feeling? Give me a me if you're following this, if you're getting it, if this is resonating, if this is landing. I'm gonna get some water. Okay, amazing. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So, next thing, back to the story with my client. In your copy, now that you're clear on what well qualified means to you, what is important for you to say is one of the things. I mean, there are many things that are important, but I'm going to tell you one important thing that is really going to get people over the line and show up to that call feeling like the ways that you want them to show up, right? That thing that you don't really want to tell them, like for example, my client was afraid to tell her people that like if they hire a cheaper option, these were the results that they were going to get, and she was very clear that this was not the vibe for them. This was not the best, most optimal solution for them to go with a cheaper option. So the important thing is that you build the courage to talk about the elephant in the room. Talk about the elephant in the room. So if you have a thought and you're like, oh my God, people are gonna just want to go for the cheaper option. Perfect. Talk about it. Hey, I know that you think that hiring X is gonna be much cheaper. It makes total sense. It makes total sense because like this, and this reason. Got it. It makes total sense. But here's really why you're gonna actually end up back in the same place where you're at if you choose that option. And then you can explain or you can present your case. You can just express what in your heart, what you would tell your coach, what you would tell your friend, what you would tell yourself in your own mind that you're not letting yourself express out there. So think about all the other options that people are going for that you think people might want to consider. Maybe they're telling you on the phone, oh, I think that maybe this will be better, or I think I could invest in this. Okay, great. Validated, makes total sense. And then what if you wrote down on the other side of your page all the reasons why that's actually not the best thing for them? Fadu says, I've had a massive elephant to talk about that I've been shy to talk about, but I'm so ready now. Great. The content that attracts well-qualified clients is the content that speaks about the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about and that you get to talk about, right? Or maybe other people are talking about it, but you haven't expressed it in your own way. And so what are those things? What are those things? What are the things that you want to tell them that are going to wake them up? And this is going to feel like maybe busting a myth, like that you're really afraid, not just like a regular myth, but something that really keeps coming up for your clients, right? Like something really deep that might feel really scary to talk about, or might feel like, oh shit, I don't know if I can really do this. These are the posts that are gonna repel people, and you gotta be willing to do that, right? We all know this, right? We have to repel some people, and then attract others. It's easy to know this consciously, but why aren't you doing it? Like, you know this consciously. I'm not telling you anything you don't know already, or maybe if this is news to you, amazing, because now you know. It's important to repel people. We can't be liked by everybody. Guaranteed this live stream will repel a lot of people, and it's going to attract a lot of people who are like, yeah, I get that. Actually, this is what I want. I don't want manipulative tactics. Imagine if I showed up here on a live stream giving you all the ways in which you can manipulate people and the tactics and the words that you need to say. Like, that would be taking your power away. So if you want hand holding and if you want me to do your work, I am not your coach. This is why this live stream is not about that. I teach you how to fish. I don't go fish for you. right? And that is important for me to even say that, because now people are gonna be like, oh great, I'm not gonna get into Juliana's containers because what I want is to have my hand held and for people to write my copy. And that's not what I do. I teach you how to get the words from you in order to attract the right people to you, so you can have the ability to do that, whether you're a coach now and maybe 50 years from today you open a bakery and you want to retire from coaching, I don't care. And you know how to make that bakery the most profitable bakery in the entire fucking town, right? Okay, Jessica's asking a question. So you mean also talking about all the things that you know doesn't work for solving that problem? Yes, Jessica. Make a list, everybody. That's exactly what I mean. What are the things that people are doing that don't work? What are the Band-Aid solutions? What are those Band-Aid solutions that they're trying? And I just want you to get awareness around it, right? Get awareness around it. I teach people how to write posts in an elegant way in order to call that out. But I just want you to trust yourself and literally speak to all the Band-Aid solutions. So like, for example, I'll give you one. For my clients, typical one is they think that they need more eyeballs on their content. They think they need a bigger audience. That's like the thing. I need a bigger audience. Okay. Here's the truth. And so what they do is they go and do random ads. They think ads are the way. They do random summits, whatever. They just do audience growth things, hacks, follower count. They look at that, right? That's what people think they need in order to attract more clients. I know that's not true. I know that's not true, because even if I gave you 1,000 qualified clients right now on your feed, what are they gonna see? Are they gonna see a clear message? Is your message crisp, delicious, and so precise that makes people be like, oh my God, that's my person, I wanna hire them? Is that what's going on right now in your profile, in your website copy? No, it doesn't matter. You don't need a website really. But in your social media copy, like your Instagram is your website. Your wherever social media you're using is just as simple as your website, right? So if I gave you 1,000 qualified leads, are they gonna be like, yes, let's go? Or are they gonna be like, I don't know. What does she do? What does he do? I don't understand it. It's kind of bland, kind of vanilla, right? That's why one of the things that I teach, that I talk about all the time, is that you can have all the eyeballs in the world, but if you don't have a clear message, you're not going to attract clients, and especially premium ones. Because premium clients want to feel like that you're speaking to their soul. And last week in the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, I actually gave my process for how to speak to your client's soul. And people were like, oh my God, this is like the keys to the universe, because it's actually really simple. There's a simple process to do that. And I teach it to you inside of the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. Whenever you feel ready to join, we are here for you. But the point is that when you have that, that is what people are going to feel magnetized to and ready to be a yes, right? So I talk about the things that you think you need this. Like even another thing, kind of controversial that I would say, it's like, even though I offer something that is called copy coaching, basically I help my clients in the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. I teach them, I actually support them with their copy. So I have a copy coach and they go and give edits, right? But here's the thing. Even if you had the most amazing copy coach in your corner, or somebody that would teach you the exact words to say, if you don't know how to energetically be ready to receive premium clients and feel calm and relaxed in your ability to be able to support them to deliver and to attract and multiply more and more and more and more of them, you're going to be energetically unavailable to receive that. That's why in my programs, I don't just teach copy, which is what I obviously help you with, but I help you with the mindset and with the energetics, because they all need to go together for you to actually be able to build a business that is evolving, that is growing at its natural pace, at the pace that you want it to grow. It's not just the tactical stuff, it's the internal stuff too. So that's another whole post that I can talk about, right? It's kind of like going against what I teach in a little, not going against what I teach, but it's saying, even if you were just to hire a copywriter, here are all the reasons why you actually need, they can write all the perfect words for you, but you need to be the energy that holds and that is available to receive way more, right? So these are the types of pieces of content that are going to make people want to be like, fuck yes, that's my person, I totally get it, she's speaking to the things that I think I need, but I actually, now she's telling me why I don't need that, and that makes sense. It makes total sense. And I'm not saying, let's say that you don't need more audience eyeballs on you, go for it, but it's just that that's not the real solution, right? So I want you guys to think about what that is for yourself and for your business. What are those things that people are buying or thinking that are buying that maybe are cheaper options, right? Like maybe that kind of like $55 course that somebody's selling for like, whatever. Like, okay, you can go and do the course, but how many courses have you bought that you haven't gone through? I mean, I bought a course 2 weeks ago. I literally went through like 3 lessons, did not. I could have, and I'm like a committed person, and I paid more than $1,000 for that course. It's just digital courses. I mean, it's just interesting. I'm just not a digital course person. I want support. I want to be able to talk to somebody to be able to help me, figure it out. So I ended up just working it out with my team. So that's another thing. People might be going for cheaper options, but if you're offering something premium, then you want to say this cheaper option is going to end up just collecting dust in your drive or in your whatever or in your whatever. Like what you want is personalized support, if that is the thing that you sell. So I want you to find all those Band-Aid solutions that they're using, and I want you to have a counter for each and every single one of them. Jessica, what a great question, and that actually really helped with basically the rest of the teaching points. Okay, the last thing, oh my god, I had like 3 more things to say, but we've been here for a while and I know that this has been delicious. So here's what I want to tell you. Okay, I'm seeing some comments here. Without the right mindset, no amount of success is sustainable. Amen. Okay, so another thing I want to tell you, more practical in terms of like writing copy. So I'm actually doing the Expose Your Truth challenge right now, which is where I expose 30 truths about myself in 30 days. And I did this 5 years ago. And 5 years ago, I was nowhere near to the 7-figure level. Now I have a multi-7-figure business as a coach, which is like amazing. I mean, I'm like, holy shit, I did that. But at the time I wasn't at all like where I am today. So I did that, and it literally like snowballed everything in my business. And I decided to do it again, and I started yesterday all over again. This is something that I teach my clients to do when they join my programs, and it's actually a free PDF that I have. If you guys want it, go to the link in my bio or send me a DM and I'll send it over. It's free PDF, 30 prompts for 30 days to write content that really connects with people, really builds like a community, and people that love you, adore you, and repel people that aren't just not your people. And so one of the things that I have been, because I really, for the last 4 years, I've created systems in my business where I repurpose content and things are just repurposed, and it's amazing. And so I hadn't really been writing a whole lot. Like I haven't really needed to because I did it for like 3 years. I've been repurposing a lot of content for my challenges, for my sales periods. Like it's amazing. Once you commit to one niche, one offer, one message, it's like your life gets so much easier, and you're able to just have so much breathing space because you're not always having to change niche, change your offer, sell something new launch, it's all easy. This is what I teach my clients in the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, how to create a business the easy way. One offer, one premium offer, elevating your mindset to get yourself behind that price so that you're profitable from the get-go. Have one message, one clear message. Like if I look back at all my copy from 5 years ago, it's relevant to what I'm doing now. Even though I have evolved, I have changed, it's still relevant. So, but I haven't been writing, so I was a little rusty. And so I want to give you one last thing before I go, because I have a call in 5 minutes. One last thing that I want to give you is that the way you write stories is actually important, right? Like their copywriting is one of the most important skills that we can have as entrepreneurs, especially as coaches, especially as social media people who have a business on social media, because we need to know what are the words to say to attract clients. There are 2 things that attract clients, and I always say this. And you can attracting clients is not like some mystical thing. It's not like the universe just gives you whatever it decides that day. It's not like some random thing. It's simple. Two things attract clients: your energy and your words. Those two things. If you're gonna ever self-audit for anything, if you're not attracting clients, self-audit for that. What are my thoughts? What are my feelings? What am I actually really available for? What do I say I want but I'm actually not available for? Kind of like what Jamie said, like, I want clients but my offer is not ready. Okay, well, you're energetically unavailable. You get to work on your offer. And then what are the words? What are the words you get to say in order to get to attract people that are meant for you, right? And so one of the most important things about copywriting is storytelling. And so I love telling stories. I love telling stories about me. I notice that the posts that work best for me are when I talk about stories from my life, my love life, my this, my that, right? And I always link the story to a principle that I want to teach my clients. It can be a mindset principle, it can be a marketing principle, it can be a sales principle, it can be a whatever principle, right? But here's a problem. When I see people tell stories that flop, and honestly, I've had stories flop in my like writing stories, like when I write a post and it just flops, or it doesn't get engagement. I mean, this for sure has happened in the past. Like, it's simple. It's just that my headline was really fucking boring. Like, you need to grab people from the beginning, and especially now. Like, I think it was easier 3-4 years ago, because we didn't have TikTok, we didn't have like Reels, we didn't have all those things. But now that you have TikTok, now that you have Reels, like, the attention span that people have, it's like literally 0, maybe 0.2. Like, literally, you have 0.2 at max to convince somebody that they should read your post. And so when you have a story that might be super juicy but starts from the beginning of the story, like, you know, it's just, I'm not gonna go into a specific example right now, but you want to start from the most dramatic point of your story if you want people to read the whole damn thing, if you want people to watch your whole live stream, if you want people to whatever it is. You gotta make it juicy. You can't be boring. You gotta be a little extra. You gotta be a bit of a James Cameron when you tell your story. You gotta start with a headline that makes people wanna be like, what is that? I wanna click that see more button, right? And so when you write your stories, write it out. Don't try to edit on the first draft. Just write the whole thing out, and then like look at what was that like incident, that moment, that line that was like that's a little shocking, that's a little like, what the fuck, what is that? Like, that is thumb stopping, because you want to have a thumb stopping headline. You want to start a story in the most like the juiciest, the moment that has a conflict, right? Where you maybe lost something after trying something new, or maybe that shows that you had a big moment of transformation, or maybe it was a difficult moment. That's where you start your story. So read my content, notice how I write stories, study it, because I've been writing stories for a long time and I still have stories that I'm like, oh, actually that didn't do as well. And I noticed that if I change the headline, things totally, like literally shift. Yesterday I made a post on Facebook and it was like slow. It was like not getting the engagement. Not that engagement matters, but I like test things. And I just changed the headline and the thing blew up. So that's the last thing that I wanted to give you. I have more things to say. I wanted to talk about the pre-qualification process. That also is important for you to attract pre-qualified clients. But I'm gonna leave that for another live stream because I have a call right now that I gotta go to. So I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. And by the way, if you want support on clarifying your message to attract premium clients, I want to invite you to join the next round of the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. In 3 months, I help you do just that. Clarify your message, attract premium clients, elevate your mindset, charge premium prices, know how to take somebody from being a stranger to being a paid client, just random stranger on the internet, to a premium client that loves you and adores you, and to have a flow of those clients. You don't need 1,000, you just need a couple. So send me a DM or go to the link in my bio and apply. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna go to my call. I love you all. So good to see you. Mwah. Bye.